Hey guys, I'm Josh, and welcome to a very special metaverse event. A lot of conversations are about bringing people together. That's not this, not today. Today, I'm here to drive people apart, two people in particular. Welcome to the Sam Heughan, Graham McTavish Trivia Deathmatch. You know Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser from Outlander and films like The Spy Who Dumped Me and Bloodshot. He's my best friend and greatest enemy.
Wait.
Welcome, Sam.
No, take that back. You said best friend. I mean, that's not true. That's false.
Wait, I consider you my best friend. You don't, what? What's?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we'll talk about that later, Josh. Hey, Graham, how you doing?
Let me introduce
I'm very
your friend,
good.
Graham.
Oh, let him introduce him. Sorry.
I need to give him the pomp and circumstance I gave you, Sam. Come on.
Thank you.
Go on then. Sorry.
We all know Graham McTavish from The Hobbit, of course, Preacher, and yes, Outlander. I think he's way too classy to be here, but he's here nonetheless. Welcome, Graham.
It's my pleasure to be here, Josh. You can always be my best friend.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Sam, you're right.
He sucks up to me and then calls you classy. What the hell?
Gentlemen, thank you for your time today. Graham is hiding in a corner of an airport for us, so I'm most appreciative to him.
I am.
Are you trying to run away from your friend Sam? What's going on?
Yes, I didn't tell him I was leaving the country, so I'm literally fleeing the country, and then forgot that I was actually doing this with you, thereby him finding out that I am actually fleeing the country. So I would be a useless spy.
I will track you down. I will find you.
You two, you two have a very exciting collaboration. Before we get to the trivia deathmatch, before we end this, I want to talk about the happiness, which is your new book. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Josh.
The book is Clanlands, Whiskey Warfare, and a Scottish Adventure like no other. I've gotten a sneak peek. It's wonderful, despite the fact that I am nowhere in it. I don't know what that's about, but that's
what happened, Josh. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a lot. We talked a lot about you, and it's weird.
That's really hard. Yeah.
Maybe in the paperback.
Wasn't Josh? Josh was actually confused because there were no pictures.
Yeah, I did. I got the galleys. So in the final form, is it just how much nudity is in the book? How many pictures is there?
There's
gratuitous nudity. Yeah, gratuitous.
The best kind of nudity you might add,
Yeah, because what's the point of nudity unless it's gratuitous? It's just no fun at all.
It all had to get redacted, so that basically there isn't anything in the actual book. It's just blanked out.
I mean, that's right. And there's nothing I hadn't already seen of Sam, because anybody who's watched Outlander, really, it's just it's all there for the world to see. So that was slightly disappointing.
I mean, it's not. I mean, yes, okay. I mean, so the book is a recount of the road trip that we went on initially to shoot the show Men in Kilts that we've just finished shooting. But it's the sort of original road trip, and we spend a lot of time together. Hence the reason we are now joined inseparably, it would seem, or not.
Did you both?
It is.
Yeah, go ahead, Graham.
No. I'm just thinking it is extraordinary how much time we've spent together in small spaces in the last while. Camper vans, audio booths. Well, the list is long. Let's put it that way. I won't. I'll spare Sam his blushes with obviously some of the places that we ended up being.
Yeah, it's normally me and Josh in a small room, but now it's you and me. So.
Yeah, I'm a little jealous. This is going to get awkward if it hasn't already. Did you both always grow up with an appreciation of Scottish history? Because that is one of the goals of this, to explore your roots and to really revel in history. Was that just always a part of your upbringing?
I'll let you answer that. Graham, go on.
No, yes. Yeah, I've always been absolutely fascinated with Scottish history. Mainly, I think, one of the reasons I was fascinated with it because I think it's overly romanticized Scottish history. So I just wanted to actually explore the reality of what happened and what the people were really like, what being in a clan really involved, rather than perhaps the perceived impression of those sort of things. So that's what really got me into it. Yeah, and I like a good fight. So.
Which is a big part of Scottish history, right? But
massive amounts of fighting.
We also, you know, we're both, obviously the book is about this road trip, but we talk a lot about Outlander, but we also talk about our careers as actors and growing up as Scotsmen and our sort of relationship to Scotland. And for myself, you know, I touch on, you know, my childhood and growing up in Scotland and then rediscovering my love for the country when I went back to shoot Outlander. So it really is, you know, a story of the road trip, but it's also a lot of our experiences and anecdotes from our careers as well.
Yeah. We learned a lot about ourselves and each other, I think is also key. We really did. Too much.
How was it decided that Sam would be the driver? Sam is, at the outset of the book, it is decided you are the driver of the van.
I was simply too hungover to drive. And Sam, subsequently I discovered Sam was also immensely hungover. He just didn't exhibit the same symptoms as
I wouldn't say I was still drunk, because that would be illegal, but
no,
you
weren't drunk.
No, absolutely not. But it was probably, on hindsight, probably not a good idea for me to do the driving. But yeah, we do. We travel around Scotland in this camper van, and we meet a great number of guests and locations, and we have some adventures on the way. And it's been so fun to write, actually, during the whole sort of lockdown process. It's been incredible. It's been pretty big.
I have never learned to drive in my 75 years on this planet. I've never bothered to get a driver's license. How are you as a driver, Sam?
I want to propose something right now, is that when we can see each other next time, that I take you out for a sort of driving lesson.
That's either the best or worst idea ever. Is that what do you say, Graham? Is that a bad idea?
Don't do it. Don't.
Why?
Is
he trying to kill me?
See, I labored under the illusion that Sam had actually driven a vehicle similar to the one that we were in before. He'd barely driven with a stick shift.
No.
So this was
not a pleasant experience.
Yeah, it was all new, but I think it's a great idea. I think we do one in I teach you to drive. We do a sort of bit like carpool karaoke, but slightly different. And yeah, we try not to end your life.
Yeah, that doesn't really sound advantageous for me. Doesn't sound like it has a good outcome.
Come on, Josh.
Who chose the itinerary? Who makes the plans? Who's the planner in the group?
We kind of shared that, I think.
Yeah.
We both have we're both interested in the same kind of places, the same sort of things. So that was useful. I read the map though.
Yeah,
I read the map.
Definitely. We had, you know, in preparation of it, I mean, obviously Graham was, I was in Scotland shooting Outlander, and Graham was in New Zealand. And so we did a lot of calls and a lot of emails, and we just worked out a sort of a rough guide to the clans we wanted to visit and the people we wanted to meet. And it was amazing. As soon as we started reaching out to people, they were just so generous in sharing their story and their passion for Scotland. And, you know, we look at, you know, all aspects. We look at the Scottish language, and we meet some incredible characters that sort of appeared along the way.
And you couldn't
write that. You couldn't, could you?
You couldn't make it up. You could not make up some of the people we met and some of the stories they told us. Some of the places we visited, breathtaking. And one of the great things about it was that we really didn't have, I mean, you talk about planning, Josh. We didn't really have a plan as such. I mean, we made connections with people that we were going to meet along the way, but we had no script. We had no predetermined way of how this was going to work out. We just arrived and talked. And it was really enjoyable because it was very spontaneous and real.
What happens, like, okay, so you're in Scotland. I can only imagine for an Outlander fan, if they see Sam Heughan alone in Scotland, or if they see Graham McTavish alone in Scotland, let alone if they see the two of you together and they're a fan in Scotland. Did you have some experiences where fans kind of heads exploded when they saw you together out in the wild?
Yeah, I mean, Clava Cairns was quite busy with fans, wasn't it, Sam?
To be totally frank, Josh, it was the opposite. So in one of the scenarios, without giving away too much, we were driving into a castle called Castle Cawdor, and we happened to suddenly find ourselves, due to Graham's directions, that we were now driving the route of a marathon race, and the marathon runners were behind us. At which point we got stuck in the gates of the castle, which was the only entrance for the marathon runners. So as they came running up, they couldn't get past us because we were blocking the entrance. So yeah, no, I didn't think they asked for our autograph, but they did ask us to
get the hell out of the way.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, they were incredibly abusive. They were very
Yes.
abusive. I mean, and rightly so.
I've never been more abused by men in very small shorts before.
Oh, I'm not sure if that's true, Sam.
Well,
yeah. Let's go deep. Yeah. You alluded to this, but I'm curious. You spend all this time in these confined spaces, these beautiful spaces. That's a lot of one-on-one time between the two of you. What do you guys talk about? Like, what's the most common just conversation? Is it Sam just talking endlessly about what a great James Bond he'd be? Like, what's the actual conversation between the two of you?
Wow.
I talked a lot about staying alive. I talked a lot about feeling fearful and worrying that Sam was plotting constantly to endanger my life, which indeed he was. So we did a lot of that. But we actually, in all seriousness though, some of the things I think we both enjoyed more than anything was the stuff we did in the camper van, where we just sat and talked, and we had GoPros that were filming what we were talking about, but and a poor long-suffering sound man who was sort of sliding around in the back of the camper van trying to record what we were saying. But it was that was the really, really, really fun part. Was just in the van.
And Scotland is such an incredible country, and I think we hopefully bring that across in the book and the TV show as well. And we were just constantly surprised by the beauty of Scotland and by the characters. But and meanwhile, of course, Graham is always eating, so there wasn't much conversation because he's just stuffing his face the whole time.
It's always difficult to talk with the amount of food that I'm shoveling in my mouth. This is true.
I'm surprised you're not eating now, actually.
Well, I'm. If you could see my hands, they're just filled with food, just waiting for this to be over.
I want to see your bags. I want to see how many bags you've packed, and are they filled with snacks?
I've got a lot of bags. You don't want to see them, mate. There's too many of them.
Wait, does Graham get hangry? Does Graham get angry when he's not fed?
Oh, Josh. So this is something that we had to factor into shooting the TV show as well as writing the book. I think if the man, and dare I say this is truth, but the man doesn't eat every 2 hours, there will be blood.
It's true.
You can rely on him.
Look, it really, it's true.
Okay, I noticed in the book there's a long list of grievances that Graham has, things that annoy you, Graham.
Oh, and I had to stop. They told me to stop at 21.
Got that sense. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
I was barely scratching the surface. Yeah.
What are one or two that always get under your skin? What are your pet peeves?
Oh, Josh. Oh my goodness. I think I start with constant music wherever you go. So the constant intrusion of music, it seems to be, I don't know exactly when it happened, the idea that you simply can't function in any environment without sound constantly around you. I think it started with elevators, and then it just sort of morphed into, and now there are actual outdoor streets where it's just there, just in case you might be alone with yourself for a few moments without sound. So that kind of annoys me. Really weak handshakes. That's
How's Sam's handshake?
People by that.
How's his handshake?
Sam's got a good firm handshake. That first time I met him, he shook my hand, and I immediately thought, yes, good. Not bone crushing.
No.
Not bone crushing.
No.
Yeah.
We met a couple of guys who had bone crushing handshakes on the job.
Right.
Yeah.
Just terrifying. But no, Sam has got a nice medium to strong handshake.
There's a little caress in there as well, isn't there?
Little rub
It's a
of the
tickle.
back.
He does a little.
Yeah.
He does a little tickle with one of his fingers on your palm.
It's like the
It's
Masonic handshake, but slightly different.
Without any of the benefits. Yeah.
No. You join a special club. Yeah.
With all these this long list of things that annoy Graham, like, did you know early on, Sam, that you were essentially befriending like the Scottish Larry David, like this guy that was just everything
So
bothered?
I mean, absolutely. The fact is, and dare I say, you know, the more that I could wind up Graham, the more that I could get him to fume and blow up, with the better. You know, it is, I dare I say, a childish pleasure of mine. And in moments where, you know, dare I say, there was a moment where I was distracted or slightly bored of driving, you know, just to find some way of winding him up is a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, he certainly did.
He's like the sort of Scottish bad Santa.
Where's your list of pet peeves? Is that, are you waiting for that for the sequel? Sam does not, I mean, I know things bother you, or maybe it's just me.
Oh,
Where's
yeah.
your list of, Graham, what would be on Sam's list? What's your way of annoying Sam?
Josh, I mean, Josh is number one, right? Every time I open up my Zoom, you're there, it seems.
Waiting, just waiting in your computer.
just the lack of alcohol. Lack of alcohol is something that bothers Sam. If it's not available, like whiskey, if it's not nearby, he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So we always had to have it.
We did. I mean, that's part of the Scottish adventure, I think, and we talk a lot about whiskey. I mean, you kind of have to because we're in Scotland. But we met some great people who taught us a lot about whiskey making and the history of whiskey. But I think actually in the book, it's not my pet peeves, but you get a sort of list of Scottish expressions, like Scottish slang. So hopefully everyone can learn them.
Speaking of drinking, who can hold their liquor better? Who can handle it a little bit better at this point?
Well, I would say Sam. Judging by how sprightly he would be in the mornings.
I mean, you like a fine. We're very different, you know. I think I will stick to whiskey, and but Graham is a connoisseur of anything very expensive that is being charged to my hotel room. So, so the finest Chablis by the looks of the bill.
Yeah, and often I didn't even drink it. I just asked him to open it, and then just left the room.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why our budget is so
just walked
big.
off. Yeah. Just
there's a great story. Go ahead.
No, I don't drink at all. This is the truth. Is that all I was doing was, you know, I've been teetotal for years, but Sam thinks I was drinking loads of wine. Charging him to his room.
That's now what is in your bags when you're leaving the airport, right? It's just filled with open bottles of very expensive wine.
Yeah, it's 300 bottles of Sassenach spirits he got from you, comped.
That's where it's gone.
Oh yes, yes. I haven't even got one, Josh. One. Not one.
Nor me, if it's any consolation. What the hell?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You got one.
No, I did get one at our event. You're right. I lied.
Did you, Josh?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, Josh got one. Yeah,
I did.
Good.
Maybe you'll get there in your friendship one day. You're not quite at the Josh level, Graham, with all due respect.
Yeah. Sure.
There's a great story in the book about a kind of a wild night. I think it was at your apartment, right, Graham, where everybody drank quite a bit. And some of the folks had to work the next day. What do you recall or don't recall about that night?
Well, I planned the event, so I cunningly planned it around my day off the next day so that I wasn't working. Sam and Duncan and Caitriona and everybody else who was there were going to a read-through. The main thing I remember is we shouldn't have started with the sake. We started with the sake and then went on to the whiskey. That was an error. We shouldn't have done that. And we bought a lot of whiskey. We bought a lot. And by the end of it, I think there was only half a bottle left. And that was then consumed by Duncan Lacroix. And I remember him falling through my glass table in my living room and then me carrying him to bed.
The mark of any great party, when somebody falls through a table.
Picked up at 8.
I
knew it had succeeded, yes. Yes.
What's slightly worrying about this whole scenario, was obviously not the copious amounts of alcohol that we drank and that we were there. We were actually there with some of the producers as well. So it was that we haven't actually told any of our castmates the contents of our book yet. So when they read the book, it could be quite interesting.
No.
Yeah. So you've just
Especially
dropped-
Duncan Lacroix's 11 top 10 tips for a good night out.
yeah, they're very
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
That could be
This could
bad.
fracture a lot of friendships. Speaking of which, so has Caitriona read the book or no?
Well, we thought it best that we just get it all out there and then run away very fast. So Graham's already obviously on his grand escape, and I'm in an undisclosed hotel somewhere in the UK, and hopefully she'll never find me. So yeah, I think the damage has been done.
Can you think of another co-stars, whether it's Caitriona, Vin Diesel, whoever, that would be good to go on a road trip with besides Graham, Sam?
Well, I mean, I think it looks like he's
frozen.
thinking,
He's thinking really
very deep.
He's
God,
pondering.
Yeah. Co-stars. Well, that's a good
It's very
question.
worrying.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh, he's coming back into our existence.
I think co-stars on Outlander. I mean, you know, Graham's obviously a brilliant co-star, and I think Caitriona would be just awesome. To be honest, her prodigious nature for drinking Irish whiskey is probably, that would be even more dangerous than Graham. But I think possibly, yeah, let's go for Vin Diesel. I mean, the man's a character. You'd have an interesting time, to say the least. And he is a man like adventure, and God knows where you'll end up.
We thankfully Graham is back, and he missed the incriminating story about how he wants to end the friendship. So everything's good.
Wow.
The things he said while you were gone.
I go for a moment, and this is what happens.
No, we
told
were
him everything.
Did you Graham, when you left Outlander, often, you know, the nature of the job is like sometimes it's hard to maintain friendships after you come and go from a series. Were you confident when your time had passed on Outlander that this particular friendship was going to continue and last?
I missed that, Josh.
Oh, it's okay. So I guess the question is, were you confident? Like, what made you think that this relationship would continue past leaving Outlander? Because this is it's a bit unusual.
Yeah, kind of. I guess it is. Yeah. I mean, I have to say that one of the really great things about that show was how everybody got on together, especially the core group of the Highlanders and Caitriona. We all just, you know, me, Gary, Grant, Duncan, Sam, Caitriona, we all got on, Stephen Walters. We had a really, really good time. And I see a lot of Sam. I see quite a bit of Caitriona, and I see a lot of Duncan. I even went on holiday with Duncan with my kids, which I think was probably quite scary for a lot of the people that encountered us. But it was, yeah, we've become very close, and certainly during this experience with Sam, writing the book and doing the show, we've got a lot closer. It's great. It's really great.
Yeah. I think there's something that happened in the making of Outlander. It's certainly season one. We had this core group of Highlanders and this core cast, and I think we all bonded a lot on the show. I guess when you're all slightly green, or we didn't really know what the show was, and we were thrown in together, I think we all really, it brought us closer. And, you know, even Tobias Menzies as well, you know, who back in season one, I think there's just this great experience that we all had together, and I think it's bonded us. Though it has to be said, I believe Duncan's role on your family holiday was to be the babysitter and chef, from what I hear. But
no, he was not the babysitter. He did a bit of cooking. That's true. He's just a much better cook than me.
How often did you cook?
I definitely made breakfast a couple of times. Definitely. And I remember buttering some bread.
Is that a euphemism?
I poured the wine.
Okay.
I poured the wine.
The most important job.
I opened the wine. I even opened it. You know. So.
What was it like being back on set last year on Outlander? Was it a different kind of an experience? Did it feel like coming home again, or what?
It really did feel like coming home. It really did. I mean, the weird part about it was that they insisted on this secret name for me. So I was known as Buck Rogers on the call sheet. Yes. Buck Rogers.
I
Buck Rogers on my trailer.
I suggested Buck Rogers, but they didn't go with it.
They did. They did. It was on my trailer. When I booked into the hotel, I said, "Oh, Graham McTavish," and they went, "No, we don't have anybody by that name." And I went, "Do you have anybody by the name of Buck Rogers by any chance?" And they went, "Oh, yes, Mr. Rogers." Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah,
So
it was
I kept being
interesting.
called Buck. Yeah.
It wasn't amazing how everyone sort of used this name, and it was real secrecy, wasn't it? Even you driving in to work, everyone was asking at first, the crew, like, who is Buck Rogers?
Who is Buck Rogers?
Buck. Yeah, word soon got
Uncle
out.
Buck. He's coming.
I feel like we've built up this friendship enough. It's time to tear it apart. Are you guys ready for some trivia?
It's about time.
Bring it
That's
on.
why we're here.
Bring it on, Josh.
So here's my question. What's at stake beyond honor? Is there anything, do we want to put anything on the line?
Please.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Graham? You're going to win.
Well, you never know. But yes, Sam has very extreme bets.
Yeah.
He likes to really push it out there.
What do you think, Sam? Do you want to go physical? Is it about push-ups? Is it about a public proclamation of who's superior? What do you want to do?
Oh, that's
Public proclamation.
I think
Yeah.
I feel like that would be great, especially in this busy airport. Maybe you could just stand up, and if
No,
you
I'm not
lose,
doing them that. No.
and
If
just
you
say,
win,
I love Sam Heughan. He's a great driver.
Yeah,
And
you have to scream it out in the middle of Heathrow or wherever you are.
yeah.
I think that would not be a good idea. No, I think I would be arrested by the Joy Police.
We'll figure it out at the end, depending on who wins.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea, Josh.
All right. So round one. This is trivia about Graham for you, Sam. These are all questions for you, Sam. Okay, you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
What is Graham's middle name?
Ulysses.
That is incorrect. It is in fact James.
It should have been Ulysses.
I knew it was James. I knew it was James. I did that.
No, you didn't.
No, I did, because I remember you telling me it's a good Scottish name, is like the king, and you actually talk about it in the book.
0 points.
I'm hoping that Josh is going to ask me what your middle name is.
Maybe. What was Graham's first TV role?
What
Good
was
one.
Graham's first TV role? That's a tough one, because he hasn't always had the beard or the head. So
The head.
yeah,
At the head
he
transplant?
wasn't a dwarf, was he?
No, that's something else.
I haven't only just played dwarves. It's not my specialty.
I guess, is it something Scottish?
It is, let's just give up. It's Return to Treasure Island. You were never going to get it.
Did you
You're
play a
never gonna
pirate?
get it. I did.
There you go.
I did.
I found out recently he played a weasel.
Yes. I did play a weasel.
Learning new things every day.
In one of my favorite productions. Sorry, carry on. You were asking a question.
On Preacher,
Mm-hmm.
the great show Preacher, Graham's character was known as the Saint of
Killers. Like the band, yeah.
1 point.
Well done. Well done.
What was Graham's character name in the Hobbit trilogy?
He is the angry Scottish Dwalin the dwarf.
2
Well
points.
done.
Well done.
2 points.
Thank you.
Ooh,
I do
okay.
listen to some things you say in the band.
In what popular video game series does Graham appear as Zoran Lazarevic? Do I have that right, Graham?
Lazarevich.
Lazarevich. Very
You told
popular
me
video
it's-
game series.
Yeah, I know, and I think he's just been doing more of it. Am I right?
I'm not telling you anything.
I think he's just been doing some more, possibly, or another game. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know. I don't know this one. I'm sorry. I don't really play computer games. I'm going to stop playing them.
Uncharted.
Uncharted. I'm going to stop playing it so I can play his character.
Surely
Yeah,
you
you
know
should.
your friend's birthday. What is Graham's birthday?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Is
A wake-up call. Wow.
No, wait. I know this.
Give us the month. Give us something.
It is January.
Good.
It is January.
Only 31 days to choose from.
Oh, good Lord. It's towards the end. It's not at the beginning.
Okay, you're wrong.
You're totally
Fourth.
wrong.
It's the 4th.
It's the 4th.
The 4th of January. I invited you to my birthday.
I know, but I thought you'd moved it from when it was to when you're having it.
Yes.
We'll talk about this later, Sam. This is sad.
We'll talk about this later.
This is actually really not very well.
Which of these cartoons has Graham not lent his voice to?
Ooh, okay.
The Smurfs, DuckTales, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
The Smurfs, DuckTales, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Nope.
What?
Smurfs.
I could imagine a grumpy Scottish Smurf, but I can't imagine a grumpy turtle.
I'm very grumpy and Scottish in DuckTales.
Yeah, I knew that. But what about the turtle one?
In the turtle one, no, I'm Salvatore Romero, who is he's a villain. He's a villain without a Scottish accent.
Okay.
A lot of rage. A lot of.
What year was Graham the Grand Marshal of the New York City Tartan Day Parade?
Oh my God! Okay, so he was before me. We talk about it a lot in the book because he thinks that his parade was more popular than mine.
It was just drier. It was drier.
It was
much drier.
I'm going to go for 20. I think I did 2016 or 17. I think 2014.
1 year off, 2015.
2015.
We're going to end that round there. Sammy, how many points was that? 2 or 3? How many did Sam get in that one? 2. 2 points.
Do I not get a bonus point for like the extra information?
No. Okay. 2 points. Graham, you have 8 questions to best Sam in this round. Let's see how you do.
To be honest, he's going to win, isn't he?
What was the name of Sam's character in Bloodshot?
Armless. No.
It's a good Scottish name, kind of.
Is it? What is it? What's the name?
Jimmy Dalton.
Jimmy Dalton.
I'm sorry. No.
What is Sam's middle name?
Yeah, all right.
Roland.
1 point from Mr. McTavish.
Roland.
What is Sam's birthday?
He is the 30th of April.
It.
2 points.
Why doesn't your Wi-Fi give out right now?
What famous Scottish beer maker did Sam portray in commercials?
Oh, come on.
What?
Tennant's.
I know you're a big fan of that beer, right?
I don't think you can really call it beer. It's
3 points.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is the clothing line that Sam is a spokesman for?
Oh, I mean, yes. I think the most recent one was Barber.
You actually answered the question correctly, but I'm not a spokesperson at the moment for them. So
but you were.
Okay, you were.
You were. Yeah, you were.
You didn't say that in the question, Josh.
Okay, 3 points. You still have a lead. It's okay. It's my fault. I take the blame. How tall is Sam?
Okay.
Taller
He's
than Graham.
6'3".
This is correct, I believe. I've measured him. He is 6'3".
Yeah.
It's the first thing I do when I see him every time.
Do you really? Wow.
Yeah, it's a quirk. Where does Sam have an honorary doctorate from?
Oh, God. Yes, the honorary doctorates. Don't you have 2?
Something like
Yeah. You have 2? I only have 1. Okay, I'll take one of them.
One of them is from Stirling University, I believe.
That is correct.
Yes.
Well done.
I stupidly earned mine through merit. I don't really understand it.
You can have one of mine. You can have one of mine, Graham, if you want.
Can I? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, last question for you in this round. What was the title of the Hallmark Channel Christmas TV movie Sam starred in?
Wow, this is news to me.
It wasn't DuckTales.
No.
Or Bloodshot. That'd be an odd name for a Hallmark movie.
I have a... That would be one I'd watch.
Yeah.
Imagine what a Hallmark version of Bloodshot would be like. Be interesting.
I'd watch it.
Blood in the snow.
I don't know, the Ginger Prince.
That's not so far off.
Oh,
Sam,
that's
do you remember?
The Ginger Prince for Christmas.
A Princess for Christmas, I believe.
Oh yes, that's the one. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Princess for Christmas. I must watch that with my kids. They'd love
Yes.
that.
Yes. I'm not the princess.
No,
Oh,
as much as we
that's
wish.
disappointing.
That is 5 points in that round for Graham, 5-2. You have a lot of ground to make up in this final round, Sam.
Oh, there's another round. Okay, great.
One more round. This is Scottish history, trivia, a mixed bag. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to ask a question. Raise your hand, whoever wants it first. But if you get it wrong, you lose a point.
Okay.
There are consequences.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
When did the Battle of Culloden take place? Graham.
April the 16th, 1746.
I wasn't even asking for the month, but yes, correct.
I'm gonna have my hand up the whole time, right? Into the screen.
that doesn't
just
count.
Ready.
Okay. In 1603, following the death of Queen Elizabeth I, which Scottish monarch ascended to the throne of England?
James the First.
James first. I had my hand up.
Okay, everybody calm
James
down.
the Sixth of Scotland.
I had my hand up.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Hands down. And they can only come up when I finish reading the question. You ready?
Okay.
Yep.
Which town did William Wallace start his campaign against the English?
Oh, which town did he start it at?
You can. Oh, Sam's going for it.
I'm going to say Stirling. It's wrong, but I think you may have got the question wrong.
It's very possible. Our crack research team might have failed. I have it as, and I'm going to probably butcher the pronunciation, Lanark?
Oh. Okay.
Lanark.
Lanark.
I believe that's a point taken away, Sam.
Yes, you have a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah. Okay.
What year?
Wait a minute.
What?
No, never mind. You're right. You did say that. I forgot.
What year did the Act of Union pass, which combined the Scottish and English parliaments? Yes, Graham.
1707.
This is domination.
This is
by the way.
unfair.
This is
He's
what
the
domination
historian
is like.
here.
What Scottish rock duo sings "I'm Gonna Be," aka 500 Miles? Oh, Sam.
Proclaimers.
Correct. A Munro is a Scottish mountain.
Yes, that's over 6,000 feet.
You were too
900
correct.
meters.
900. If you, I have to take your first answer. 3,000 feet or 900 meters.
Look, I was doing the conversion.
Yeah. and you messed up.
How does 900 meters convert? No.
No.
Yeah.
I said 6,000 feet or 900 meters.
I have
No, 6,000 feet is not 900 meters.
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't.
It's 3,000 feet.
There we go.
Take a point away. Is it possible to go negative for Sam? Is that
I
going to happen?
think so. I think we should go negative. Yep.
What is the national animal of Scotland? Yes, Sam.
Unicorn.
Put my hand up first.
Afraid not.
The what? Sorry. Hold on.
it's the-
What did you say?
The unicorn. That's correct, I believe.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
Sam
right.
got it. Sam got it.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
it's
so I'm not
unusual.
negative.
It's shocking for all of us. I know. What was the name of the first ever James Bond film starring Scottish? Yes, Graham.
Dr. No.
Correct.
Was that the first one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Which famous U.S. novel based its title from a poem by Robert Burns?
Which famous U.S.
U.S. novel.
Famous
No.
U.S. writer, an American writer, an influential novel. The title comes from a poem by Robert Burns.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
This is good. Aye.
Interesting. I didn't know that one.
From what
Famous
I
American-
understand, have you guys given up?
I'm gonna go for a guess.
Okay.
Oh, Sam, really?
He has
Oh, no,
nothing to
a
lose.
negative.
You'd go
What's that?
negative.
Oh,
You'd go negative. I don't know. I wish I did.
I believe it is.
I love it
Catcher
like
in
a
the
red,
Rye.
red rose.
No, Catcher in the Rye.
We'll pretend you didn't say that.
Yeah,
Oh, the
don't-
Catcher in the Rye. Of course, the Catcher in the Rye. Yes, of course.
One more. Unfortunately, Sam, this is not worth 20,000 points. How many Scots have played Doctor Who? Yes, Sam.
2.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
3.
3.
Sylvester McCoy.
We're not giving a point,
Yes.
just for the record. We're not giving a point to Graham for that. He earns extra credit. Bonus
Sylvester
points
McCoy,
for it.
Peter Capaldi, David Tennant.
Yeah.
Sammy, can you give me the final score? Oh wow.
Mm.
Is that a negative? No, sir. Is that negative or is that 2? No. Okay. Oh, you got 0. You netted out at 0, Sam. 0 points for Sam, 9 points for Graham.
That's good. That's kind of balanced.
I think that's close.
No.
I think that's close. I mean, it's like, it's not double figures.
No, I think I'm actually quite proud of that because I think I pulled it back from negative,
You totally did.
It's quite a spin.
It's a win. It's a win.
What do you want as your prize, Graham? What do you want? What's the revenge you want from your buddy Sam?
Do you know, I can't do it. I can't do, no, it's not fair. It's not fair. Just as abiding friendship, Josh.
No, I want push-ups.
Wow.
Sam, give us
Okay, you
some
want
push-ups.
push-ups.
Okay.
You want
Like
push-ups.
later or
No, we want it now.
Okay, well, give us 10.
Yeah.
I won't make you really suffer.
Yeah. 10 you can do in your sleep.
Yeah. Not on the bed, though.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to see. No, wait, we can't.
No, we can't see
4,
you,
5.
buffoon.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, this is what
Wow.
I have to deal with, Josh.
Yeah, you have
Oh.
my sympathies. Well
That was
done.
hard.
Work up a sweat?
Yeah.
Actually,
Feel good.
he's actually very good at honoring bets, I have to say.
Well, not today, but otherwise I'll believe you.
Yeah,
Congratulations, gentlemen. Big congrats to you, Graham, on winning this trivia death match. My thanks, not congrats to you, Sam, but I guess congrats are in order for Clanlands. Congratulations to both of you on this wonderful book. It's out very soon.
Thank you,
People can
buddy.
pre-order it. Check it
Yep.
out.
Yep. And on
Indeed.
audio as well.
Oh yeah, you did did you play up the fake Scottish accent for that? Did you like really build it up a lot for the audio version?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was terribly like that all the way through. Oh, yes. Lots of Scottishness.
There's a lot of accents in it. Yes.
There are actually a lot of
It's a lot of
accents.
fun. It really is.
Yeah,
And
we had a lot of fun.
so
Good stuff.
We really did.
Well, as was this. It's always fun to catch up with you, Sam. I'm glad we added Graham into the mix for something unique today. I think.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't know where these friendships go from here, but I don't know.
think-
Maybe, yeah.
I think I'm done with you, Josh.
Wow.
Well, we're just getting started, Graham and I, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
Josh, I've got
We
your
should
back.
write a book together. Maybe do a TV show.
Oh,
Maybe
I
we
detect,
will.
I detect a little bit of bitterness.
Good.
Yeah,
Mission
just
accomplished.
a tiny.
Mission accomplished. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching
Thanks
this
for having
special
us.
Metaverse event. And
Thank you.
yeah, check out Clanlands. Audiobook, read it, enjoy it, check it out.